So, readers, one food that makes me really feel at home is my mom's jalapeno cheese grits. My mom makes these like incredible cheese grits in a pan, and she makes them for like holidays. We're all together whenever I'm home visiting my parents, and it's just like a huge comfort food to me. Mom and Amelia would never let me eat this. I pick up the bag and inspect it. It's from El Salvador, I tell Gus, who has moved down the aisle. He squeals suddenly, and I know he's found his favorite candy. This is the aisle where they keep the good stuff. Look! Gus picks up a tube with a lime green label and a wild-eyed character on it. Who's scarier, Pennywise or the creature on this pelonazo label? I don't know, I say, but it won't stop me from eating that tangy tamarind perfection. I rush over and take a bag of pelonazo. I feel so tempted to buy both candies, but I already broke the rules with Poppy, and I should probably just stay away. I head toward the register to see Don Carlos. Amelia, mi querida, ¿cómo estás? Hola, Don Carlos, I say. Gustavito, ¿qué tal, hijo? Bien, gracias, Don Carlos. We catch up for a bit. I tell him about my school project, and I'm adding Don Carlos's Grocery Latino as the first stop on my tour. Pero mi querida, qué honor, gracias. He seems pretty flattered and says that I can ask him anything. I use my phone to record him. He gives me some information about how the store runs and how he orders the food he stocks on shelves. He explains how many employees he has when he started and how many he has now. It's a lot if you include the Mexican restaurant in the back. He says he opened his store in 1996. ¿Por qué? John Carlos says that when he moved here from Venezuela in the mid-90s, there was a huge demand for food products from all over Latin America and the Caribbean. Why? Había mucho trabajo en esos tiempos, he said. There's a lot of work here? For what? Pues, para los Olimpiados in Atlanta. Atlanta hosted the Olympics? Claro. I love the Summer Olympics. I love the Pan American Games, where countries from Latin America compete in summer sports, and the U.S. Games. Even some of the European ones that lead to the Olympics every 4 years. The swim meets and track and field and gymnastics. How did I miss out the Olympics were in Georgia? Like 40 minutes from my house, Don Carlos says. This store is practically the Pan American Games of food supply. Don Carlos has labeled the aisles with flags from different countries. You have so many different types of food, Don Carlos, from everywhere. Somebody can be far from their country, but if they have food from home, they feel less far away. Yeah, I say, holding the nougat fresa. Thank you, Don Carlos. De nada, corazón, he says. He takes out his iPad and flips it around to take a selfie. Para los fans de mercado. He catches me and Gus in an awkward pose. The grocery store has fans? Gus asks. Bueno, he starts. We have over 10,000 fans. Cool, ¿verdad? It is cool. And to be interviewed by a local reporter is going to get so many likes. There, I posted. Don Carlos takes another picture of the carniceria display. We have more pictures, so the fans know the meats we have on sale. 2 posts in a matter of seconds, Gus says. That's twice as many as I post today. Seriously? Oh, Don Carlos, I say. See? Before I forget, I'd like to buy the Diana Nougat Fresa, por favor. I hand him a few dollars and put the candy in my backpack. Gus eyes me. Living on the edge there, senorita. It's not for me, I tell him. Yeah, right, he teases it's for your friend who really wants candy because she can't eat it when her mom is in town. You shush, I shove him gently, but he pretends to fly back and almost smacks right into a pillar. You're ridiculous, Gus Sanchez. I decide to visit Don Felix at the meat counter one more time. Don Felix, I ask him, ¿Cuándo llegó a Maryville? Don Felix thinks for a minute. Yo vine en el 94, he says. 1984? You've lived here that long? Sí. Trabajé en construcción en Atlanta, ayudando con el estadio. The stadium? You worked on that? Sí. How did you become a butcher in a grocery store? Pues hay que trabajar, he says, handing me a small package. Pa que tu abuelita lo prueba. I take the wrapped up meat, a gift for abuela, while Gus wiggles his eyebrows. Okay, cute. You stop, I think, Don Felix. He nods and offers a shy smile. Walking through Parkview, looking around Don Carlos's grocery store, and talking to people I've known for forever makes me realize that I haven't been paying attention as much as I thought. I make a mental note to talk to Don Felix and Don Carlos more often, even when I don't have a project to do. You don't know what you might miss if you don't bother to ask a question. Gus senses it's time to leave. Vamos, yes, to film? I hate to disappoint Gus, but I feel like poking around more for my project. I think I need to go back to the library, Gus. I'm sorry, can we film tomorrow? Sure, he says. I'll just film more scenery today instead. I feel bad because Gus brought his bag and everything, so I think about a compromise.